As with anything else that you may want to have or experience in life, in order to be successful in finding and attracting the right man, you must know in advance exactly what you want. What are you looking for? Most single women can tell you in only general terms what they want in a man. But they can tell you very clearly and specifically all of the things that they don't want. And that's precisely where the problem lies. It's important that you know and are able to clearly describe in detail the characteristics and traits that you want in a partner so that you can attract him into your life. Maybe you've given it some thought and you do know what you want, and this is all the better. However, if you haven't given it much thought, now is the time to think about it and decide exactly what you want in a partner. An excellent way to do this is to put it in writing by creating a written list or description of qualities and characteristics that you want. I know a woman who made that kind of a list, listing all of the qualities and characteristics that she wanted in a mate. And after creating the list, she tucked the sheet in her wallet and would regularly pull it out and even would take some time to envision or visualize herself spending time with the man that she expected to meet. Within a few months of creating that list, she was introduced to him by a matchmaking colleague at a dinner party. So after meeting at the dinner party, they dated for about 2 years before he proposed. They later married and eventually had children. And shortly before they married, she came across the list and she reviewed and realized that all of the traits and characteristics that she had listed were traits and qualities that her soon-to-be spouse had. And so she realized that she could check nearly every single quality or characteristic off of the list. So basically, she knew what she wanted, she wrote it down, and that's exactly what she got. Now, making a list is not intended to limit your options, but instead just to help you clearly identify what it is that you want. And the other thing to consider is also the list is not set in stone and is subject to change and evolve as you evolve. When I was a college student, I had a friend who, when I met her, she had just broken up with a guy that she'd been dating since high school. And she had had a romantic relationship from her middle teens forward. She'd never been without a steady boyfriend. And so not having a boyfriend seemed to make her feel uncomfortable. So right after the breakup, she immediately was in search of her next relationship. I had the sense that she didn't feel complete or that she seemed to lose her identity if she wasn't involved in a romantic relationship. So within several months of her last breakup, she started dating and later married a young man in our social circle. And I always wondered whether she had actually found and fallen in love with the man of her dreams or whether she had settled. And so, as I mentioned previously, it's better to be in a position of wanting and choosing to have a man in your life rather than feeling that you need to have a man in your life because society dictates it. It's also important to know in advance what you want in a man and not just settle simply for the sake of saying that you have somebody in your life. When I was growing up, my mother often quoted a saying in Spanish that translates loosely to, "You are better off alone than in the company of the wrong person." And there's really quite a bit of truth in that. Life really is too short to settle on something less than what you really want and deserve in a relationship.